Hello, my name is Shivani. I am a licensed clinical social worker, and you are joining me now for Mommy Talk Monday. No matter what day it is, it's just Mommy Talk Monday today. This is when this video will be posted on YouTube. So what I do is I'm a licensed clinical social worker, and I help women before, during, and after pregnancies obtain and maintain optimal mental health. And I do that by educating them, supporting them, and encouraging them to be the mommies they've always wanted to be. Okay, so I also run Soothe Jewels, which is my beautiful teething company. We have teething jewelry, and it's fabulous, and I'll leave a link below. And I run Soothe Sessions, so this is under Soothe Sessions. So what we are discussing today for Mommy Talk Monday is the top 3 things you should do before going into labor. Okay, so I have a few videos prior to this video, so you can definitely watch all the previous videos, and they're really good. So the top 3 things you should do. Okay, so the first thing you should do before going into labor is preparing a hospital bag. And that's pretty simple, but a lot of times people don't put the right things in the hospital bag. You want to make sure you have your personal items, the baby's personal items, and I'll have a list of some things that you should put in your hospital bag in the blog post that I'll link below as well. But for mommies, you want to make sure you have your sanitary napkins. You want to make sure you have your pajamas, your slippers, things that you're going to be comfortable in, something that you're going to wear when you leave the hospital, a little bit of makeup if you feel like it, and just whatever you think you need to make yourself feel comfortable. Okay, and for the baby, you want to make sure, if you're having a boy, you want to make sure you bring your Vaseline, and if you're getting him circumcised and things like that, you want to make sure you have the proper things for him and for that procedure. You want to also make sure you have your the clothes that you're going to put on the baby for while they're in the hospital, the clothes for when they take professional pictures, and when they are leaving the hospital. You want to have really nice clothes for them, because it's a special thing. Okay, you also want to remember to pack your snacks, pack your water, little gum, candy, toothbrush, toothpaste, items for your husband if he's going to be there with you the entire time, things like that. So you want to make sure that you just have your hospital bag packed, and it's recommended to pack it probably by about 33 weeks, okay? Because you just never know what's going to happen. You want to leave it somewhere that's easily accessible as well. So you can leave it by the front door, or you can leave it in your car as well, okay? So the second thing that you need when you are about to go into labor, and it's very important, you need a birth plan. Okay, so I'm not sure if you know what a birth plan is, but what it is, it's a document that you have that explains exactly what you want when you go into labor. Okay, so if you want if you know you're going to be breastfeeding, you may put on there, I'm going to breastfeed my baby. Do not give my baby any pacifiers. Do not give my baby any formula. I'm going to breastfeed the baby. You may say you want delayed cord clamping and things like that. So the reason it's important to do this before you go into labor is because who wants to make these hard decisions while you're having contractions? And it's important things that should be on the birth plan, that should be thought out, that should be researched, that should be discussed with your spouse. It's very important things. You don't want to be in the middle of labor and have to make that decision whether or not you want an epidural. That should be on the birth plan after you've researched it, and after you've done your homework, and after you've discussed it with your partner, just different things that you want. So a birth plan, it's important, and in my personal experience, I feel like the doctors and the nurses take you more seriously when you come in there with a plan. They know that, okay, she's done her homework, she's done her research. Let me run this past her, and let me make sure that this is okay. They don't just treat you like you're uneducated. Okay, so when you have the birth plan, they take you seriously, they treat you like you're educated, and they approach you in a different manner. So it's imperative that you have your birth plan. I also have a blog post that I wrote about birth plans and how to get and make an easily read birth plan, because you don't want to have 5 sheets of paper talking about, this is my birth plan and I expect every nurse to read it. The birth plan that I created for my son, it has pictures and it was easily read. I posted 3 or 4 of them in the room. I made sure each nurse that came on staff, they read it. My doctor read it. I made sure I went over everything, and they took me seriously. Okay. And the third thing, and it's so important, is I call it getting your head in the game. Okay. And my analogy for this is like preparing like you're about to fight in a boxing match, okay? And I think of it like, let's say Floyd Mayweather, when he's preparing for a fight, he doesn't wake up and say, hey, I'm fighting today, let's do this. He prepares months in advance, and he prepares his mind, body, and spirit, okay? So I think it's important. It's so important to just get your head in the game. So if that means just exercising lightly, which, you know, it's recommended to do that throughout the pregnancy. If that means saying birth affirmations, if that means reading books to prepare you mentally for what's about to happen, because it's only so much you can get prepared. But one book that I recommend is Hypnobirthing, and the reason why I recommend this book is because it helps you to release any fear you have associated with childbirth. And a lot of times when you are pregnant, people will instill a lot of fear into you. Oh my God, it hurts, it's this, it's that. And it could be all those things, but it's all in how you look at it. So Hypnobirthing is a book that I would recommend. I read it, and it gives you a different perspective on going into labor, which is a positive perspective, and it makes you prepared. It helps you to be prepared for that labor, okay? Also, Floyd Mayweather has a team behind him. So his team is aware of what his goal is, and his goal is to win. So you want to make sure that you have a team prepared for what's about to happen. So if it's going to be your husband and your mom in that room, you want to make sure you go over the game plan. The game plan is whatever you have on that birth plan, that's the game plan. And you want to make sure that they are in your corner, that they're supportive, that they're not negative people, that they're not bringing any negative energy into that room. You need nothing but positive energy when you are about to go into labor. So you want to make sure that you get your head in the game. You want to make sure you have your birth plan prepared, and you want to make sure you have the hospital bag prepared as well, so that when that time happens, you are completely ready. Okay, so those are the top 3 things that you should do before you go into labor. And if you have some other suggestions of what you did before you went into labor, please leave the comments below. And thank you for watching. Again, my name is Shivani, and I am a licensed clinical social worker. You can find me on all social media. I'm on Instagram as Soothe Jules. I'm on Instagram as well as Soothe Sessions. I am on Periscope as Soothe Jules 1. Okay, and follow, you can subscribe to this channel, like the video, post it on your Facebook page, and thank you so much for watching and taking time out. And if you have any questions or concerns, leave them in the comments below. Thank you. Bye.